Miss Shelly Alexis. Come on up, Shelly.
Oh, thank you. Keep it going for Megan Mayo. And give a hand to her hot dad over there. He looks way too young to have her, so we gotta beg Megan about that. He's hot. Have you seen him? Good stuff. You'll like him right there, right, dude? Alright, yay, Christmas time. Anybody got little kid brats at home? Yes? Nobody? One person? Awesome. Okay, my kid, he is 7 years old, and he has decided this year that he does not believe in Santa Claus. No. Which does not make him popular at all in elementary school. He was telling all of the kids that there could not possibly be a Santa Claus due to global warming. Because due to global warming, the ice caps at the North Pole have melted, therefore could not sustain the life of Santa and or his elves. I pulled him over, I was like, you're right, little dude, and obviously you're way too smart. I will tell you the truth, honey. Republicans killed Santa. Merry Christmas, guys. And I am kind of like a nut job mom, I'll admit it. But I had horrible parents raising me. I remember when I was about 10 or 11 years old, my mom sat me down to explain the birds and the bees. She said, look here, if you have sex, you're gonna have a baby. And if you have oral sex, you could still have a baby. Yeah, but when it's born, it comes out of your mouth. And you could choke to death! I thank God I am now 30, and I know that that will not happen to you, alright? Yeah, as long as you spit. Like recently, my daughter's now in 5th grade, right? So I knew I was going to have the talk with her soon because all of her little friends are telling her all these weird things, and I want to be the person that tells her. I don't want her to hear it from other people, right? She calls me up to her bedroom one day. We need to have a conversation. We need to have a serious talk, Mom. I was like, oh crap, I don't want to have a serious talk. I go into her bedroom. Above my baby girl's bed is a poster of that Justin Bieber asshole. Why do these girls like Justin Bieber? He looks like a prepubescent Hillary Swank. Dude, that boy should cry, right? He needs to cry. So over her bed is Justin Bieber. Not only is it a hot, sexy picture, but he's rocking nerd glasses and he's slumped over a motorcycle. Yeah, so he can get the entire demographic of shoppers at Baby Gap. It's not cool. The marketing is not cool. So this poster is above her bed. My daughter looks at me and she's like, we need to have a conversation. I've been talking to my friends and I just think you should know that I know there is no such thing as Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. I was like, hell yeah, I can have this conversation. I'll take it. I was like, yeah, there's no Santa Claus, there's no Easter Bunny, there's no Tooth Fairy. We're good. And she looks at me and she goes, what do you mean there's no Tooth Fairy? So of all the mythological creatures, why would you hang on to the Tooth Fairy? And she looks at me with her big eyes and she says, I just thought that the Tooth Fairy could have evolved on Saturn from bacteria. That's when I looked back up at the poster and I realized that is not skinny little Justin Bieber in nerd glasses on a motorcycle. Hell no, that is Stephen Hawking. Yeah, which means I never ever have to tell her about sex. Because she's a nerd. Sure. I love nerds, I do, by the way, because my husband is one. He's an engineer, so we call him an engine-nerd. But it's cool. It is, because I love nerds. My favorite smells are mayonnaise and loyalty. And they can be kinky too. Nerds can. Like, if you like the shocker, you're gonna love the spocker. Alright, guys? That's live long and orgasm. If you don't know what that is, Google it. There you go. My husband and I have almost been married for 13 years now. He teases the crap out of me. He does that. He's like, oh, don't clap for that. You don't have to clap. You don't have to clap for 13 years. But he's 6 foot tall. I'm 5 foot nothing. So he teases me about my height. He says that I'm like one of those little dogs because we're both yappy and hyper and more expensive. I was like, dude, then why didn't you just marry a poodle? All right? At least a dog would be more willing to lick your balls. It is not my fault. I do not like peanut butter, alright? Like, people have died from that shit. They have. Don't you remember this a few years ago? Like, that's not going to be me. It's like, how did Shelly Alexis die? Salmonella balls. No, thank you. I have choices in my life. I do come from an extremely dysfunctional family. Anybody else? Yay, dysfunction? Awesome. You like to light firecrackers out of a cat's ass too? That's happy 4th of July. My mom, she's actually smoked so many cigarettes, she's missing a couple of her teeth. They're kind of rotten out of her head. Wow. My stepfather, he says it's like getting a blowjob from a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah. Now every time it's Halloween, anytime a kid is like, trick or treat, stepdad gets a boner. It's not cute. It's okay, it's not a pedophile joke. It's alright, work with me. He actually left my mom, imagine that. But he left her a couple years ago for a guy. Yeah. My mom's freaking out. She's like, he cannot be gay, he cannot be gay. I'm like, Mama, he wears blue corduroy Daisy Dukes. You gotta face it, he farts glitter, alright? It's just bad times for her though, because my real dad, he left her when I was 7 years old. But get this, he left my mom for a chick in a wheelchair. Yeah, okay, let me ask you, sir, and the nice little ascot you got rocking over there. My dad left my mom for a chick in a wheelchair, right? So how big of a bitch does my mom have to be? My dad would rather bang a chick with no legs at all, alright? And then he tells my mom, oh, well, she has more feelings than you. Not in her legs. Get this, a couple months after he left her, my mom got in a car wreck. Yeah, and she was temporarily in a wheelchair with a broken leg. I was 7 years old, I got all excited. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get Daddy back. I hated my stepmom, I did. Hated her. Not the one in the wheelchair, he was just using her for her body. The chick he ended up marrying was only 10 years older than me. So it was like having an older bitchy sister that would steal my stuff and be mean to me, so I used to get her back, yeah. I used to put Listerine in her douche. Yeah, the ones that go, oh, y'all have stepkids at home. Yeah, they're messing with your stuff right now. Congratulations. I did, I used to put Listerine in her douche until my dad caught me and thanked me. I will not be your wingman anymore, Dad. It's not happening. I come from a teeny tiny town called Lindale, Texas. Anybody heard of it? Yay, East Texas, oh great. It's beautiful out there, it is. Like everything's in bloom. The roses, the bluebonnets, the racism, it's beautiful. I was at a child's birthday party in Lindale, Texas, and this little boy was taking out all of his anger management issues on the piñata at the party. He's like, I hate you, Dad, I hate you. Why did you leave Mama for the cashier at Walmart? And then finally, bam, he hits the piñata and Xanax pills fly through the air. That's why we go to Lindale every birthday, it's awesome. And also, oh, my brother, he's also from Lindale, Texas, extremely messed up. He is 17 years old, guys, 17. He has red hair and freckles. He is a nerd by birth, but he is convinced he is a Mexican gangster. Oh yeah, dude got a tattoo on his arm that says brown pride. Like, dude, you cannot have brown pride. You can have freckle pride, alright? You can have freckle pride. It's like the most gangster thing you ever did was turn a water gun into a bong. And then you sketched dragons for 5 hours. Yeah, sketched dragons with big dicks, okay? Yeah, fire coming out, not of the mouths, of the dicks. It's like he got high and sketched fire-skeeting dragons. That's not skeeting. You can Google that along with the Spocker. Okay, so fire-skeeting dragons, yay. That's my brother, totally not gangster, right? Well, until, yay, a couple months ago. He and his little girlfriend are now sitting in jail for conspiracy to commit murder. Yay, my gene pool. My friends saw this on television. They called me up freaking out. They're like, oh my God, how the hell did your brother get a girlfriend? Miracles happen, baby. What else do I want to talk to y'all about? Yay, set list, because I'm a pro. Yes, my friend Kelly. Okay, she's not here tonight, so I'm gonna talk shit about her. I love my friend Kelly, I do, but we were at a wedding recently, and Kelly cannot hold her liquor because she's teeny tiny. She's one of these chicks, she weighs 100 pounds, okay? She got fake boobs, got triple D's. Then she tells me she wanted to lose 5 pounds. I was like, baby, you lose 5 pounds, you're gonna look like a capital P. It's not good. I was like, you gotta eat more carbohydrates. The only carbohydrate she ever eats is in her morning after pill. It's not healthy. So, needless to say, she's tiny. She cannot hold her alcohol at all. We're at a wedding. She gets drunk off her ass, lifts her dress up in the air, starts dancing around yelling, I got polka dot panties, polka dot panties. I was like, Kelly, baby, you do not have on any panties. Honey, that is razor burn. She didn't hear me there, right? So she lifts up her dress, she's like, oh my God, my panties have a hole in them. It's huge. No shit, you're a whore. Close those legs, baby. I did theater for a few years, and after one of my performances, one of the guys took me to my first ever gay bar. Yay, Oaklawn, it was awesome. He didn't warn me about what goes on at a gay bar there, right? And he ditches me to the bathroom and paid a go-go dancer to come give me a lap dance without me knowing it. So I'm sitting there, drinking my little drink, and all I see is this cloud of man panties and glitter hover towards me. And he starts bumping and grinding, and I'm freaking out. So I'm like, no, I'm married. You're gay. I don't want to see your cock. Ooh, maybe you would like my husband's cock. It's nice. Wrong choice of words. I fall off my bar stool. I hit my head on his sack. I teabagged myself. It was not good. So now I'm covered in scrapes and bruises and glitter. I look like I got beat up by My Little Pony. And the next day I was out with my husband and his co-workers, and they're looking at me kind of funny, and they're like, why is your wife covered in bruises all over her knees? I was like, because I'm the best wife ever. Judge me. Have y'all ever seen this show, Toddlers and Tiaras? I'm totally hooked on that lately. It's like where they take the 2-year-olds and make them look like they're 30. It's awesome. What's even better is their moms. Because have you ever seen a mom so ugly, you're like, who the hell would knock her up? That's this show, right? There's this one chick on there, she's got like cross eyes, jacked up teeth, not one roll, but 2 cascading across her belt loops. It looks like one of those butt fronts, but turned to the side and smiling at me, right? It's a lot of stuff. And here's the deal, I actually met one of these chicks, and she was going on and on and on about every little thing that her kid did, including the fact that she gave birth to this kid completely natural, saying that she does not believe in surgery of any kind, which is great. I'm glad she feels that way, but I believe in surgery. Number one, if I didn't believe in surgery, I've breastfed 3 kids, okay? If I didn't believe in surgery, my boobs would be hitting the floor right now. Because after you breastfed 3 kids, your boobs look like fried eggs on a tack board, right? Yeah, and somebody broke the yolks. It's not good. So I believe in surgery. Number 2, if I didn't believe in surgery, I blew my knee out in high school. I would be in a wheelchair right now. How did I blow my knee out in high school? Because I was the best girlfriend ever. Don't judge. So, number 1, my boobs would be hitting the floor. Number 2, I would be in a wheelchair, which means when I'd roll around, it'd be like, bo-boom, bo-boom, bo-boom. Everybody'd be like, oh my God, Shelly's wheelchair has hydraulics. Here's the deal, so she's going on and on about how she gave birth completely natural to this kid of hers, right? And then she drops the bomb, saying that this kid was 13 pounds. It's like, bitch, you're bragging to me about the fact that now you have to wear panties with underwire in them to hold up your flapjacks. 1, 2, 3, not me, I win. Thank you guys, I think I'll leave y'all on flapjacks. Y'all ready to eat them?